Emmerdale is full of explosive scenes on Thursday night when Nicky Milligan is left for dead after a car crash with Ethan Anderson, where the latter abandons his unconscious friend and vehicle. Emmerdale is full of explosive scenes on Thursday night when Nicky Milligan is left for dead after a car crash. In upcoming scenes on Thursday night, Nicky is left fighting for his life when he's found lifeless by his aunt Moira DlE beside his wrecked car. His friend Ethan Anderson, who has been drinking, is driving the vehicle when it crashes, but Ethan survives the ordeal. In a twisted betrayal though, Ethan pulls Nicky from the car and then leaves him for dead, fleeing the scene. He watches as Moira pulls up and finds an injured Nicky, immediately calling for help. However, Ethan doesn't help Nicky or stick around to support him or Moira, instead fleeing back to the village as Nicky's life remains on the line. It's not confirmed in the spoilers whether he survives the crash as Nicky is left fighting for his life, with many viewers bound to be worrying, does Nicky die on Emmerdale and is actor Lewis Cope Ieaving ITV soap? Here we take a look at what we know so far about the storyline. Does Nicky die on Emmerdale? It's not confirmed in the spoilers whether he survives the crash, with next week's episodes also not giving much away. In spoilers for next week, it airs the explosive aftermath as Nicky's worried parents, Ruby and Caleb, keep vigil by his bedside at the hospital as he continues to fight for his life. Meanwhile, Ethan feels guilty as his family, unaware of his involvement in the crash, praise him ahead of his new job. However, Ethan's father, Vicar Charles Anderson, soon notices his son's discomfort and worries as he guides him into the church for a frank conversation. It's not long until Charles is blindsided when Ethan admits that he was driving the car when Nicky had his accident, where he's left even more horrified to learn that Ethan intends to lie to the police and asks for an alibi. Over at the hospital, Ruby confides in Moira about Nicky's condition as the two bond following their feud, and Ruby seeks revenge for Nicky's accident with the protective mother and Caleb both vowing to find out who was driving. Later in the week, Terry's a huge twist as Ethan is arrested for Nicky's accident, as he's devastated to discover that he's been betrayed by his own father and he's reported him to the police. Putting two and two together, a furious Ruby witnesses Ethan's arrest and realizes that he must have been the one driving Nicky's car. Following Ethan's arrest, Charles begins to regret his decision as he watches his family's devastation to see Ethan taken away. What will happen next, and is this really an exit for Ethan after first joining the ITV soap 3 years ago in 2021? And will Nicky survive?